Gear up your go-karts for episode number 11 of the Retro Rewind podcast.
Retro Rewind systems initialized. Mission identified. Super Mario Kart, 1992. Co-hosts online. Auditory analysis online. All systems nominal.
It's a video podcast, and you're not even moving. You're just like frozen.
Hi, everyone.
Obviously, the first video podcast.
Welcome to the first video podcast, also audio podcast, of the Retro Rewind podcast. I'm your host, Francisco Ruiz, joined as always by my good friend, Paul Powers. How you doing today, Paul?
Which I'm not on video, so
yeah,
hello.
you're not on video. Whenever folks who are watching, if I look over to my left, I'm looking at Paul because he is on my computer over there. And we are joined for the first time by my brother, our game correspondent, Kitos Ruiz.
It's not the first time.
Second time.
On
Second
video.
time.
On video.
First time. Okay, all right. I'll give you that.
I won't.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kitos, and I've done one prior show as a guest host here.
Yes, with Mega Man X.
Oh, yeah. That's one of my favorites. And so I'm back again for another video game cast. So.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah,
X2.
Not quite.
Real quick, Paul, your question. Have you ever been in a go-kart?
The ones that we went in one for my bachelor party.
That's true. I was just curious.
So yes, those go-karts that are in the golf, those golf places that have the go-karts and the arcades and everything.
Yeah,
I've been on those.
Family fun,
but not to a specific go-kart. That's all they had.
Okay, cool. How about you, Kitos? Have you ever been in one?
Yeah. I've been in a go-kart before at all those different like arcade go-kart places too.
Okay.
And it's great because there was this one time where I was racing against my friend, and he was actually a professional go-kart racer.
Oh my gosh.
And
wait, you get paid to do that?
I guess he was for a bit. And so basically he was teaching me how to, race a go-kart and like really like do it like professionally. And in the end of the race, we were racing. I was basically beating him. Like I learned so quick and was like doing so well. I was like, I win.
That's right. Take that, friend.
Yeah. And then right before the end, my go-kart like broke down.
Oh no!
They had to replace it, and then I finished the race. But yeah,
well, that's good. Glad you finished.
Yeah.
Now we know how the pros win.
Yeah, exactly. They come from behind. Alrighty, Paul.
Yes. Francisco.
Let's go ahead and move into our new tube segment, which I should have been asking Alice to do that, not you.
Oh, is she here?
Yeah, she's right here.
New tube systems engaged.
I guess that's actually a disembodied voice of Alice since no one really sees her. But you can't really see a computer unless you're in Tron.
She is digital.
Exactly. Yeah. Paul, actually, I'll start with Kitos. What is new on your tube? And there's just like one or two sentences for those who don't know of something new you've found, either a video game or a movie, and whether you'd recommend it or not.
Mm-hmm. So one game I picked up and I've played a lot recently was actually XCOM Enemy Unknown. Mm-hmm. And it's basically about aliens invading the world, and you're supposed to defend it. It's based on an old game called I'm not exactly sure. It's called XCOM. So, and I've been playing that a lot. I totally recommend it. It's a turn-based strategy game. So, and I love turn-based strategy games. I really like that kind of stuff.
I'm sorry for sounding like a noob here. Turn-based strategy, is that like you type in the key like open lock? What is the turn-based strategy?
Okay.
Do you want? I can explain that, Kitos, unless you really want to.
Go ahead, Francisco.
Just think of like a computer version of Risk, Paul.
Okay.
Just you take turns, and there's a strategy to it.
Oh, okay. So Okay.
as opposed to real time where everyone's moving at the same time, like in
Right.
StarCraft or something like that.
Is like Advanced Wars?
Yes, like Advance Wars. It's exactly
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
Though it's different setting, of course.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Keithos. Paul, how about you? What is new on your tube?
New my tube. Well, it's kind of an oldie. Basically, I've been wanting to revisit the old Voltron cartoon series
Oh,
from the
nice.
80s.
Yes.
So I was about to do that, and then I realized that the old Voltron was based on the Japanese version, and I've lately have been going back and watching the original uncut Japanese version that has all these extra fighting scenes, that has a little bit of blood and
No
language.
way.
It's actually like PG-13 rated.
Oh,
It's kind of like
wow.
Dragon Ball Z
Uh-huh.
and
Oh,
that
nice.
kind of violence. So if anybody is a fan like me, I have like all the old tin collector sets of the DVDs. Go out and watch it. They call it Go Lion. You can get it on eBay or Amazon, the DVDs. If you really want to watch that again, I recommend going back and watching the Go Lion version.
Very cool. And it's Go Lion, not Go
Yes.
Line.
Correct.
Okay.
Sorry, I was speaking too fast there.
No
Go
worries.
Lion.
And
that's not for the vehicle Voltrons. That's for the Lion Voltrons.
and we'll have that in the show notes. Very cool.
So Francisco, what's been new on your tube lately?
Well, very similar to Keithos, at least a very similar style game, is a game called Rad Soldiers. I like just think like radical, but rad. And this is an iOS game. I don't know if there's Android versions or what, but it's free on iOS, and it's also a turn-based strategy game, which, except it's not aliens versus humans. It's just like think of like a modern army type. Though, actually, it's very similar in style to Team Fortress 2, if either of you have played that. Sort of that cell shaded, kind of cartoony look, but it's still violent. You're still shooting people and shooting other players or other players' characters. Anyways, it's Keithos and I just started recently playing it, and it's really fun. I recommend it. All right. Thanks, guys. Let's go ahead and find our target, which this time around is going to be Super Mario Kart. Alice, locate that target.
Alert, alert, target located. Spoilers, incoming. Engaging retro rewind reactor.
Mario, 危ない亀の甲羅に気をつけろ。あらっとっとっとっとっと。わ、ご苦労さん。こりゃまたすごいデッドヒートと思ったら、よしぺったん。残念でした。こんな時はバナナの皮よ。そんなバナナ。あとはゲームで会いましょう。スーパーファミコンソフトマリオカート。このレーサーたちはとんでもない。
Don't fall out of your chair.
Ba-dum-bum.
All right. So, to everyone that is new to the Retro Rewind podcast, I want to explain. Typically, we will watch a movie or play a video game. First, we'll like write down our memories of it before we rewatch or replay it, and then we will actually rewatch or replay, and then record this podcast afterwards and tell you our memories. But we are trying something different this time, and we are going to be actually playing through the game. We still jot down our memories from before playing it, but we're going to be playing through the game while we record our roundtable. So are you guys ready? I have Super Mario Kart here booted up on
I don't.
Wii.
Let me boot mine up.
Yeah,
here.
you might want to do that, Paul. And while we're not going to start playing yet, go ahead and let yours just play through the screen, Keithos.
Oh, okay.
Through the start screen, it can demo. And while Paul gets this up, let me go ahead and read the synopsis for...
Can you hear that?
Yeah, we can, Paul.
Sorry.
We can
You
hear
can
it.
mute. That'd be great. I'm going to just go ahead and read the synopsis for Super Mario Kart. One moment. And people on the video are probably being like, "What is he doing over there?"
It's like he's petting his cat.
Exactly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. The Super Mario Go-Kart Park is open for fun. Master the unique driving styles of Mario, Luigi, and the Princess. Drag with Donkey Kong Jr., crash with the King of the Koopas, lock fenders with Yoshi. You can race head-to-head with a friend or against a computer in great split-screen mode. Oh,
Yeah.
great split screen. Mode 7 graphics. Do you have what it takes to win the Gold Cup in the challenging Star Circuit? It's as much fun to drive as it is to win. Feel like a bit less speed and a lot more strategy? Take a crack at the battle mode. In 4 different maze-like courses, you'll use Koopa shells, banana peels, superstars, and other wacky weapons to burst your opponent's target balloons in triumph.
They had battle mode back then at the beginning. The
I
first
know.
Mario Kart.
I guess we'll see.
Nice.
Yeah. Paul,
That's crazy.
will you give us some of the technicals of Super Mario Kart?
Yeah, Super Mario Kart came out in 1992. It's the first of a series, launched in Japan on August 27th of 1992. And then a couple days later in North America on September 1st. And then Europe had to wait all the way till January 21st of the following year.
Oh, I'm sorry, Europe.
Poor guys.
It doesn't say how much it cost to produce, but it did. It said it sold 8 million copies worldwide.
Wow.
That's not bad at all.
Became the 3rd best Super Nintendo selling game of all time.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah. So it was produced by, and I'm sorry, I'm about to butcher these Japanese names, but it's produced by Shigeru Miyamoto and directed by Tadashi Sugiyama and Hideki Kono. Let's put it that way.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
Great. Paul, let's go ahead and as we start playing here, I'm gonna say go ahead and let's get to push B here. 1-player games. We're all gonna be playing through the Mario Kart Grand Prix.
Okay.
And let's go ahead and do 100cc class.
Ooh.
Forget the 50.
Yeah, forget the 50.
Not the 50.
And yes, it's
Yes.
asking if everything's okay.
No, I don't think it is.
Oh shoot. No, it's not okay. I hit a 50.
Oh, well, as Paul goes
Okay.
back, let's work
Yes,
through
Wow.
how we're going to be playing this game. I am playing on the Wii Virtual Console with a classic controller. Keithos, how are you playing this game?
I'm actually playing this game, Francisco, as using my SNES emulator, and I
Which
am
one?
using my Xbox 360 controller to
Okay.
emulate the old Super Nintendo controller.
Awesome. And for those watching, Keithos's screen is what you will be seeing as the actual gameplay. You will not be seeing me and Paul.
Right.
So you
You'll
better do
never
us
see-
proud, Keithos.
You'll never see me.
How are you doing? How are you playing yours, Paul?
I'm also on the emulator on Windows 7. I'm using the SNES 9X emulator. Which emulator are you using, Keithos?
I'm using ZNES.
Okay. And I am using the Logitech Rumble Pad 2 controller.
Awesome.
Nice.
Who are we going to play as, guys?
I'm totally thinking I'm gonna go Bowser.
Okay. I'm gonna go
Now,
with
Bowser was my favorite. This is a memory of mine. I'll tell you why.
Okay,
Because
well,
he had
let's start with our vivid memories. Or actually, yeah, go with that, Paul.
he had the best song when he won. It was like that song when each character had a different song when winning.
Oh, I
But
don't
he had
remember
the best one. Dun, 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 dun.
That's awesome.
Hard to move, but awesome at knocking people off.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna choose Koopa, unless you're gonna do him, Paul.
Which one?
Oh,
I
actually,
know that one. Yeah.
You're gonna. Oh, then I'll do Mario.
And who are you going, Paul?
Yoshi.
Oh,
All
okay,
right.
cool. Then I get to stick with Bowser.
All right, Keithos, what's so we're gonna go 1 player here, and we're
Like
gonna
you
be
spin.
playing the Mushroom Cup.
Mushroom Cup. Okay.
Mushroom Cup it is.
Yeah. And Keithos, as we start here, what's before we even start playing? What's one of your vivid memories of Super Mario Kart?
Well, one of my vivid memories is there's Bowser's Castle. That's probably one of my vivid memories because I always liked how Bowser's Castle is made. It's usually one of the harder states. At least for me, it was when I was growing up playing it. And I always liked throwing my cart into the fire in the places where you could do it.
You like that?
I thought it was pretty funny.
Wow.
But yeah.
To each his own.
Yeah, you know, one of my vivid memories is actually of a different stage. It's the ghost stage where there's this one spot where if you have a mushroom and time your jump right, you actually can bypass half the course.
That's right.
What?
There's a jump.
At least I'm pretty sure it's in this one.
I was about to say, I knew that was in the 64. I didn't know it was in the 16-bit version.
I believe it is. I guess if we find out later, I'll play the Inception sound effect. How about you, Paul? What's one of your vivid memories?
I don't have very many vivid memories of this first one. I have a lot of the other renditions, but I remember there being like rainbow-colored things along the side of the track. And then like there was this jump and you had to jump over the track at one point. It was probably in the mushroom level. I don't remember.
I just got first.
I just got 6th.
And I just got 3rd. Yoshi's all over the place. He's too hard to control.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I had completely forgotten about how these controls seem very sensitive.
Yeah, I turn and I'm already like completely turned.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna pick Bowser because
Retry.
Oh wait,
I
can't.
didn't want to retry. Oh, dang it. Hold on.
Wait,
Can I
Oh,
end?
you have to because you didn't come in at least 4th.
Oh, really? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
then I'll just retry here.
I guess I'll continue on.
Yeah,
then.
if you guys can go ahead and continue, and I'll try
Yeah,
to catch
It
up
has
with
no
you.
choice. They didn't ask me if I wanted to retry. No, you're stuck with Yoshi. Which is Yoshi is a really good character, except he likes to be on the grass more than the track.
Oh,
That's me.
Yeah, apparently Mario likes being in the dirt and hitting pipes, but not going down into them. Oh my goodness. I had one other favorite memory, or vivid memory, I should say. It's kind of related to how you really loved Bowser, Paul. You said.
Yeah.
I really hated how Donkey Kong Jr. is in this stupid tank top. What is
that's
that
the
about?
game.
No, I don't remember
It's
him.
Donkey Kong Jr., not Donkey Kong.
Oh, maybe that's why I'm getting it. Okay.
Yeah, Donkey
All
Kong
right.
Jr. is in the wife beater. Sorry for the expression.
Also known as a tank top.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what you said.
All right.
But just to make it more clear what he's in.
See, I thought it was Donkey Kong, I guess, Senior. Okay, hold on.
That's not too much of an inception.
Yeah, but still.
But the other
the ghost part may prove to be.
yeah, that might be. Because I
Okay.
remember doing that in the 64 version.
All right. Well, I guess we'll find out here eventually.
How are you guys doing in your race?
I got
Oh my
6th
goodness.
again.
Oh man,
I'm in 6th right now of this. There's too many turns, and Yoshi is the turn-o-matic.
Oh.
I keep wanting to power slide.
Oh, is there a way to do that? I guess not.
I
huh?
think there is. I was reading the Wikipedia, and it said that the hop and the power slide are introduced in this game, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
You can do that.
how do
I'm-
I power slide though? I
you-
guess, but I don't see boost coming off of it.
Well, I don't know about that, but you can power slide by if you jump and hold it, you
Yeah.
slide you slide a lot harder.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I got 6 and I blew up and disappeared, and it says ranked out. Is that what happened to you?
Yeah.
Oh man, I got 5th just now. Ranked out.
Hopefully I can
Man.
catch up to you guys then.
I'll go ahead and retry.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I
Over
only-
it.
So, do you
Sorry.
have any favorite memories, Paul? I know you said you didn't remember a lot, but
No, my favorite memory was the Bowser winning when he had that dun 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 that song. Yeah,
oh, okay.
and I was just like gloating people's face, haha. Because not only did I win, but I have the best sounding soundtrack when I win.
Kitos,
Good
how about you? Did you have any favorite memories?
let's see. For my favorite memory from this, well, the fire one was pretty favorite.
yeah.
I like to laugh a lot with that one. It was My favorite memory is not when I used to play this and being able to get better than 5th. That's for sure.
Yeah, I finally got second on my race, guys, and I'm headed to the next track.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I wish you luck because I'm not having a good. I'm not having an easy time with this.
Yeah.
You know what I found
These-
using that power slide really helps.
Yeah. Well, what character are you?
I'm Mario.
Oh, I'm Bowser. Whenever I use the power slide, I skid off into the.
Well, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's like too heavy, so.
Yeah. He goes for a long slide.
Yeah.
And he keeps turning when you stop. You hold you stop on the controller to stop sliding, but
Uh-huh.
Bowser doesn't. He keeps going for
Yeah.
several feet.
Oh, jeez.
He's into the power slide.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you want to stop sliding? I don't think so.
Yeah,
Like-
and you guys sort of alluded to it. I didn't have a lot of favorite memories of this game. I know we had it and we played it, but really, I think when you compare this game to, and it's not a fair comparison, but comparing it to the N64 version or the subsequent versions of this on other Nintendo's other systems, I think this one's probably the weakest of all the versions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course.
Yeah, I mean it's the first run, so I can't expect perfection. I mean,
Sure you can.
it really shouldn't be better than if it's the best one of all of them. Then that's actually
Yeah.
pretty sad.
Mm-hmm.
No, well,
Um,
tell that to movies then. Usually the first one is the best.
Yeah, good point. But did you have anything you wish you could forget, Paul, of this game?
That I just ranked out.
As you're playing, I meant before.
Donkey Kong Jr. in his tank top.
That's
I know it's kind of it was pretty innovative for its time.
Yeah, it had Mode 7 graphics for split screen.
But right now looking at it, it looks the background it's very pixelated
Yeah,
as
it's
it's going by, and
white.
it's kind of like I wish I could not look at it being so pixelated.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's something I'd like to forget, but that's a weird thing to ask in such a time.
Well, yeah. Oh, I just got second place on the next one, guys.
Oh,
Am I
good job.
Am I
Yeah.
moving ahead of you?
I think so
I'm
because
still
right
on the
now
first one because I can't place with Bowser.
Oh,
yeah, this one has too many turns for him.
Yeah.
I'm sliding across everything, and I can never make this turn.
Remember coming first. Well, that's one thing I like to forget is me gloating on other people when I came in first. That wasn't very nice of me.
Oh, look at this. This is, in fact, the ghost stage with the jump. I see it on the minimap.
Oh wow! And are you able to? Oh my goodness, I'm in first. Sorry.
Oh, nice.
Are you able to skip ahead?
Well, I don't have a mushroom yet, so I can't do it without the mushroom.
Oh yeah.
So I'll try to get a mushroom and see if I'm successful at
First,
this.
I gotta blast the music.
You go for it.
Yeah,
I don't hear any music. Oh, there it is.
that's awesome.
Good job, Paul.
Yeah. All right.
You know
So-
what? I think this one had the best music.
Well, you know what? There is a lot to be said about the music from the 16-bit era. Sometimes I wonder if it does have better music than games out today. I know a lot of my most favorite music is from 16-bit games.
Yeah. They had less to deal with, especially in the 8-bit ones too.
Mhm.
So their creativity really had to shine through for it to
Mhm.
stick and be
Mhm.
built upon.
That's a
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah, they had only I think it was 4 sound channels to work with,
Oh, really?
and one of them was just dedicated to just being nothing. So they really only had 3.
Well, it
Why would
doesn't-
they have one be nothing?
I think it has to do with how it worked with the console.
Doesn't look like
Hmm.
I'll get to do the jump, guys. I still don't have a. Yeah, I just missed my
Mushroom.
opportunity. Yeah, I didn't. Haven't got a mushroom. Did you guys? Oh no, and I fell. Do you guys have any idea? Oh, and I ranked out, so
Oh,
I'll get
wow.
to retry this now. Apparently, do you guys have any idea what the coins are for? That seems to be
Yes,
such a
they
holdover.
They make you go faster.
They
If-
do?
I think you have
Oh.
to have at least 10 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
You max out on it, and you can't go any faster. But the more coins that you have, the
Mhm.
faster you go.
Really?
Okay, that wasn't something that was in. Was that in any of the other games? Because I
Ye-
don't remember that at all.
I remember. I could be totally making this up. I thought I remember that.
I sure don't feel faster.
Yeah. I'm using star power. I feel faster, but
Well, yeah.
just getting coins. Wow.
That's fascinating. I just
Yeah.
got a feather. I just got the feather power up. What does that do? Oh, it makes me jump really high.
Wow.
I don't know if
What's
that's
the use
very
for that?
helpful,
Yeah.
but
Here it is. By running over these coins, a cart collects them
no.
and increases its top speed.
Oh.
Having coins also helps player when their cart is hit by another. Instead of spinning and losing control, they lose a coin.
Oh, awesome.
Wow.
Good job finding that while you're playing, Paul. Or, I mean, you probably just had that in your memory, right?
No, yeah. Or I didn't hit the pause button, but I did fall in the water after hitting unpause.
Oh,
This is so bad. I see a flashing red 8.
that's not what you want to see.
Oh, it gave me a sad screen. Ranked out. That's kind of interesting that
Might
different
be
characters
good.
have different, movement styles.
So I'm going to try the feather.
Hit the X button and you
ah,
can see
dang.
behind you.
The which button?
On the X button on the top. And you can see instead of the split
Oh,
screen,
yeah, that's
you
cool.
can see what's behind you.
Oh, I
Very
see.
cool. So I used the feather for the
Ah.
jump, guys. I was able to
Oh.
jump over, and
Did that work?
Yeah, it worked. I was able to clear the jump, which was really cool.
Doesn't it
And actually, I think
automatically
that's
jump?
the only way you can do it because there wasn't a ramp or anything. I think you would have fallen off otherwise. So I think you need the feather for that.
Wait,
Yeah, you just passed it, Kitos.
the ramp. Yeah, it automatically does it. You don't need to jump.
Oh. All right. Well,
Oh no, Luigi
I'm
activated star
gonna
power.
talk through Kitos' screen here while he's here. So,
Ooh.
oh, see right there. That's
Yeah.
where you want to jump. Oh, you passed it.
Wait, what do you mean?
Man, I'm still stuck on
Never
the
mind.
second level. You guys are talking all these jumps and all this. They're like,
Yeah,
oh,
I
man.
am moving on to the final level of the Mushroom Cup, guys.
Wow.
And I just ranked 3rd on the ghost level, and I think this is Bowser's Castle now. So we'll see how we do.
I think
Welcome
I'll
to my
rank
castle.
second
Welcome to my castle.
on the
yes.
ghost.
Awesome.
Ooh, I might get first, except Luigi keeps getting star power. Rigged.
Oh, they have the stompers at this place.
Nice. Oh, Bowser's. Oh yeah, I remember that.
You can't go backwards, though, right? I mean, you can turn around and go the wrong way, but you can't drive backwards. That was introduced in
like
64.
a reverse.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a break.
Oh, there is. It's the other button.
Okay, so I just attempted it, pressing, because I know sometimes if you press brake in racing games, that'll be the reverse if you're stopped and continue to
Yeah.
hit brake. But that did not. Either I did it wrong or it doesn't do that because I was not reversing.
It's the other button. Yeah, it doesn't reverse, but there's definitely a brake.
Yeah. So we got coins. What other differences are you guys noticing in this game? Something that I like, especially yeah, they do. I like that I like in this game as opposed to especially the Wii version is the lack of blue shells when you're in
Oh,
first.
yeah, there's no blue
Oh.
shells.
That
Yeah,
was
didn't
my
come out.
favorite because I never get first, except for the past 2 rounds, which is
Yeah,
kind of rare.
Paul, did you post on the Retro Rewind page recently? I saw on Facebook, anyways. This one, the last shall be first, and the first shall be last.
Oh,
and-
yeah, with the blue shell.
yeah, with the blue shell and the bullet
The
Bob,
bullet, yeah.
or the
Bullet
bullet
Bill.
bill, excuse me,
Yeah.
which is also not in here, which is, I guess, kind of sad, but that's fine.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the power up boxes being on the ground as opposed to being boxes floating? I almost missed them at first.
Yeah,
I'm like, where do I get my power ups? Oh, they're on the ground.
yeah. It's actually, I think for me, it's actually after playing the 64 version and any of the later ones, it's actually harder for me to move through this one
Mhm.
because I'm so used to the 3D and like it's easier to see where things are in space, and
Oh, totally.
so this one's kind of weird because it's just flat except for your character. So
Well, and your character's also flat.
yeah, but at least your character looks like he's actually taking up depth.
So I just finished with 4th place on that last Bowser's Castle, and overall I finished 3rd behind Donkey Kong Jr. and Yoshi.
Wow, nice.
Oh wait, I was gonna say, are you Donkey Kong Jr. Paul? Because then I would have essentially finished in a very meta way behind you guys, but I finished behind Yoshi anyways.
No, I was in first, and then Luigi with the star power
That's a bummer.
took it. Oh man, I was so close to the end.
Yeah.
No. Oh,
And-
game over.
Game over, man.
Oh, I'm
Game
about to
over.
hit that too. And one thing that I miss is that I don't do the power fist up whenever someone hits my banana or shell.
With the power
You-
fist up, I don't remember that.
You know, he goes, yeah, with the.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I don't know what you
the
call that, but the-
taunting, yeah. That's
What do
true.
you call that?
Well, I'd call it a taunt, or just it's a way of signifying that you did hit something,
Yeah,
especially when
but-
it's behind you. I didn't try throwing anything behind me in this, guys. Did you?
Yeah, I
we're
dropped
gonna go
a
ahead and stop.
banana.
Don't? Okay. All right.
So if you get a game over, I'm stopping playing. Keithos,
Alright.
go ahead and stop
Yeah.
your.
I was
you're
looking
playing.
at the other.
Oh, what are the cups? Oh, it looks like you opened up Star Cup.
Oh, did I?
How'd
Yeah.
you do that?
I think by finishing the
first
the first in,
2 stages
in the top.
maybe?
Oh, what was your end ranking, or did you were you game overed?
I game over.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind. Maybe
I
just
didn't
by
even
playing
get
it
to
then.
the 3rd level. I'm still stuck on that grass level. I'm in 8th place.
Aw.
Don't worry though.
what was the stage after the Bowser
The-
Castle?
I don't know. There wasn't one.
Oh,
Yeah, that was the
was
last
it.
one. Yeah,
oh,
that was the last
okay,
one.
okay, gotcha.
Ranked out.
Ranked out. I'm sorry, Paul. So I guess of the three of us, we know who is best at Super Mario Kart.
Because I lasted longest.
Oh, I see. I was actually surprised. Now let's just take some time to reflect on the game, guys. I was surprised at how. I know we said at first the controls were really, really quick, sensitive, but I'm
Yeah.
actually, as I played through it, I'm actually surprised that they were as. I don't know if precise is the right word, but that
Responsive.
responsive, yeah, that they were that responsive. They certainly didn't feel mushy, and I felt like I was in control of the car.
Mhm.
And in a way, I guess, moving, it felt like I was using an analog stick, I guess, as opposed to just a D-pad. I felt like I had that level of control. What did you guys think about that?
I don't know. Being I was a heavy character, it's during those slides I sure felt out of control.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
Yeah, that probably made a difference since I played as Mario.
yeah. Mario and Luigi, I think, have some of the best controls.
Mhm.
Definitely Bowser's tough to control. That guy will fall out of his go-kart any second. He makes great animations though. I love his like when he wins, but
Mhm.
yeah.
it's definitely tougher playing him, and the controls are they're nice. I definitely like analog better, that's for sure.
Sure. Well, I think it depends on the game, though. You won't want to play like when we were playing Mega Man X. You won't want to play that with an analog controller.
Yeah, but for like a racing game where you need like sort of precision control, I think it'd be better to have the analog stick.
Or a steering wheel.
Yes, the
But that's-
steering wheel would be good. Do you know of any on the SNES?
No, actually, I don't think there probably were.
Yeah. Doesn't seem-
Listeners, if you remember a steering wheel for the Super Nintendo, please leave a comment in this post when it goes up, which will be retrorewindpodcast.com/RRP11. Or
and send a picture. Post
and send a picture.
of it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Or post or like our Facebook page and post one there. That'd be awesome to see that. I know there was a port where you could have 4 controllers
Yeah.
at once. I
Really?
think, yeah, but
Yeah.
I think the only games that worked for that maybe were Bomberman and maybe NBA Jam or something like that.
Looney Tunes B-ball.
Looney Tunes B-ball, yeah. Oh, I love that game.
Yeah,
That was a fun game.
that's a good one.
But
Oh, I was gonna say. Oh, go ahead, Paul.
no, I was gonna say if you have a Super Nintendo, this is a fun game to have.
Yeah, well, that-
no, you
well,
disagree?
that sort of leads into. I forgot to ask our predictions of this, but let's go
Oh,
ahead.
okay.
You know what? We'll go ahead and.
But I mean, after playing it, I think, are we going into that, or should I
yeah,
save it for
we'll go
later?
ahead and go into the roundtable here. And Keith's just for video, so we're not watching that. Can you go back to the start screen so it's at least playing through the just the demo reel, so to speak.
If I can find out what the back button is for for this.
How do I escape out of this game?
I don't think they programmed in
Take
back
the
buttons
blue
at this
pill.
point.
Take the blue pill. Oh, you got something.
Oh,
you just started.
Yeah. let me exit from here.
Okay, yeah. If you can.
Mhm.
You can.
Give us one moment.
No.
Give
Give
up.
up, yes.
I'm
up.
not much to give. I don't like giving up, Francisco.
Give up.
I don't think I can.
Succumb to the dark side.
Don't give up on trying to go
Oh.
back into the hope screen.
And
Yes, and.
the end.
All
But
right,
not
cool.
for this.
All right, let's go ahead and get into our retro rewind roundtable review, also known as
The moment of truth.
yes.
Is that
Paul, I'd like to start with you because I think that's typically what I do. But first, give us your prediction of whether you thought Super Mario Kart would be a classic or second class, and then tell us what it actually turned out to be.
Boy. Well, if I thought it was going to be a classic, I thought it was going to be second class just because of it being 16-bit and the controls back then aren't as good as they were now, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
At least from my memory, that's
Yeah.
what I predicted.
Okay, cool. And before you give us your final rating, can you remind us what a classic or a second class is for you for video games?
For a video game, I don't remember. I guess basically if a bunch of my peers are around and they said, "Oh, I never played this," and I'm like, "Okay, let's play this." Would I recommend playing it if
Okay.
they hadn't played it? I guess that would be. I don't remember what my definition of a classic is.
You mean you didn't re-listen to episode 5 before recording this? I am disappointed.
Yeah.
Just
Sorry.
kidding. No, it's fine. I didn't either. I honestly cannot remember exactly what I had said, though I'm guessing that it was a derivation of whether it's a classic for a movie or not. But before we get to me, let's go ahead and have you say whether you think it's a classic or
Well,
second
what
class.
about Keithos? What
You
does he
didn't
consider
say.
a classic?
No, you didn't give us your rating yet. You said
No,
you thought it would be a second class, but
but I would say it's a classic.
okay.
It still feels good in my opinion. It's fun to control. It's one of the better games in my opinion of the Super Nintendo. There are definitely a lot worse games.
Yeah.
For Super Nintendo, but that's just for Super Nintendo. If you want to open it up to the whole spectrum of the world of video games, I would leave it behind. But for Super Nintendo, it's good.
Okay. So we got a classic from Paul. Kitos, let's move to you. First, what did you think Super Mario Kart was going to be?
Mhm.
And then how'd you rate classic or second class for a video game?
Mhm.
And finally, what do you rate Super Mario Kart?
All right.
And then, what is your favorite color?
Any more? Just go ahead and add them to the list.
What's your favorite pizza topping?
Pepperoni.
The spicy kind?
Okay, so my first prediction was that actually that this would be a classic. And I was thinking it'd be a classic because I think a lot of these the first in a series of games is usually the classic.
Mhm.
Usually it sets the stage for everything, has
Mhm.
some of the coolest parts of it.
Sure.
And so going into this, I really thought this was going to be a classic.
Mhm.
And to me, before I get into my final decision on it, to me, a classic is something that you can basically pick up. It teaches you a few things. It's
Oh, yeah.
kind of educational,
But
but
it's fun, too, not
it's
like
really fun.
Mario
yeah.
teaches typing.
Yeah, well, yeah, or
As
Mario
Paul had said.
Paint. That one
Yeah.
that's a blast. Mario Paint. But that's basically what I think is mostly would be considered a classic.
Mhm.
Plus, I mean, classic as in the time reference. So when I was a kid, anything from me being a kid is basically classic.
Oh, well, that's kind of
Well, not
don't know.
anything, but stuff around that time is what I would consider classic.
all right. All right.
But anyways, so my prediction once again was that it would be a classic. However, after playing it now with you guys, I realized that even though it's a great starting point for Mario Kart the series, I think the true classic would actually be the N64 version.
Okay.
Because I think this was great, introducing the aspect of it, but I think everything solidified so much more in the N64 version, and the fact that it was 3D, you can really you feel like you're really driving in a specific world, the Mario world. And it introduced the blue power shell, which I personally find amazing. And just the way the stages were done because it was in 3D, I have very vivid memories of the rainbow stage, just going up and down the things, the rainbows, and you're like in space. I thought the stage design was much more improved, and just all around, I could list more memories of the N64 one than I could the SNES one.
Yeah. And I gotta say, we certainly, since we were playing this live, we didn't get a chance or an opportunity to play through the whole game. We sort of we went through Mushroom Cup, and we certainly didn't play battle mode. So we certainly are. You do have to take this review with either a grain of salt, or another podcast I listen to is trying to get the catchphrase going, a spoonful of sugar. So I'll say, you got to take our review with a spoonful of sugar, and it'll, let the Mario Kart go down better.
Wow, is that your review?
All right, guys. So I'll go ahead and go with my review. So we have, just to recap, we have a classic from Paul, a second class from Keithos. And for me, going into this game, I thought it was going to be a second class because I don't really have a lot of fond memories of playing it. I remember playing it, and but I don't remember a whole lot else. And then to let you know what I classify as classic or second class for a video game, it's for the most part a game that I want to share with Sophia. A game I'd want to share with Sophia, my daughter, and say, this is a great game to learn on, and this is a game to sort of introduce you into games and essentially just get you to know about gaming culture, I guess. And then on top of that, it should be a game that I want to go back to and play again. Like Mega Man X, I love going back to and playing again over and over again.
Playability factor.
The playability factor is the big one.
Okay.
And I gotta say, with Super Mario Kart, I think you pretty much took the words right out of my mouth, Keithos, with the other versions of this game being more what I would want to, being more playable, more replayable, and also being games I'd want to share with Sophia first. I think Super Mario Kart certainly has its place, and it's good as the introductory start. I'm glad it existed, otherwise we wouldn't have the other fun Mario Karts. Personally, my favorite is Double Dash, mainly because I got to play that with my wife co-op, which was really fun. I love being able to do that. But with all that to say that I think Super Mario Kart is a second-class game. All right. So with that, Super Mario Kart, according to the Retro Rewind podcast, is a disputed second-class game. If you find you like the types of movies and or games Paul likes, definitely go out and get this. Otherwise, if you feel like you're more in line with Keithos or I, just let this one have maybe a nice place in your memory, but I wouldn't go out and pay money for it again. Speaking of which, can we get reimbursements on Virtual Console for the Wii?
Maybe you should talk to Nintendo being a sponsor.
All right, guys. Well, let's move on to just how people can get in touch with us and any show announcements we have.
Comsat online. Receiving incoming transmission.
What are co-sites and why are they online?
ComSats, communication satellites.
Oh, I thought it was con-sites. And I was like,
No.
what? Who's con-sites? Wait, what?
It's supposed to be all cool sounding, like Alice knows what she's talking about.
No, it's too bad I don't.
All right, we do not have any feedback. Other than I don't think we have any feedback. But I do have something I'd like to promote this week. And you've heard it before if you've been listening to the show. But since we're reviewing a video game, I thought it was very appropriate to play this.
Do you remember playing great PC games like King's Quest, Command & Conquer, and X-Wing? Do you remember spending hours tweaking your config sys and autoexec bat files to eke out just one more K of conventional memory? If you do, then you may be interested in my show, The Upper Memory Block. Every 2 weeks, we talk in depth about a game series, company, or technology from the DOS and pre-Windows XP gaming era. We'll discuss the story, gameplay, and technology of the games of the time. But more importantly, we're going to focus on what made each game special, interesting stories from their development, and how they shaped what PC gaming is today. If you remember gaming in the late 80s and early 90s, or you're interested in finding out more about it, come join your host Joe in the Upper Memory Block. That's the Upper Memory Block podcast at umbcast.com, or find it on iTunes.
Paul started dancing, so we thought
Yeah.
Keithos and I thought we'd join in.
Out of the corner of my eye, just see him doing his little like.
Again, I definitely recommend people go out and check out the Upper Memory Block podcast at umbpodcast.com. Paul, you had recently were asking for a podcast to listen to. Did you end up going and listening to any of those episodes?
Honestly, no, but it's in my to-do list.
No worries.
No, I just have had a frustrating thing with my podcast on my iPhone.
Oh,
Seems
no.
that every time that I download podcasts to listen to,
Mhm.
and then I'll sync it up to my computer,
Mhm.
it deletes all my podcasts that I've
Oh,
already
my
downloaded, and
gosh.
I have to go back and try to figure out which ones I wanted to listen to again. So
That's pretty annoying.
it's
Oh,
not the
man.
Upper Memory Block's fault. It's
No.
I blame
Yeah.
Steve Jobs' company that
Rest
he
in
left behind.
peace.
No, not him. The company
I
he left
blame the
behind.
ghost of Steve Jobs. All right. His last episode, well, he had 2 episodes, pretty much. He usually comes out every other week, similar to our release schedule.
Mhm.
But he recently did every 2 weeks. He recently did 2 in a series: Strike Commander, which I never played, and Fallout, which I also never played. But based on his review of Fallout, I went ahead and got it. I thought it was just his review of it made me want to go out and get Fallout. So I went to GOG.com, also known as Good Old Games or GOG.
Yeah.
GOG, yeah. And I downloaded Fallout, and I've been having fun with it. I haven't gotten too far. I'm still in the Sandy Sands, or the first town you get to, but I defeated the Scorpions, so I'm happy with that.
Nice.
That guy can sell you Fallout. He can sell you anything.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's go ahead and did anyone else have anything they wanted to promote?
Myself. Go to
Okay. Go ahead and promote yourself, Paul.
PaulJPowers.com, and you can contact me there.
Awesome. Keithos, how about yourself?
You can follow me on my Twitter account, which I believe is Cool Deluxe, which is spelled QOOLDELUXX. And you can follow
Is
me
there an E
there.
at the end?
Is there what?
An E at the end or just XX?
It's just XX.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not French.
Deluxe.
And that's how you can contact me and get in touch with me.
Perfect. And if you'd like to get in touch with me or just the show in general, you can email feedback@retrorewindpodcast.com. And if you have either the email from me or say Keithos or Paul, I'll get that email to them appropriately. You can also reach me on Twitter at Francisco X Ruiz. I've actually been doing a little bit more tweeting recently, so check
I've
that
noticed.
out. And also, you can find us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Retro Rewind Podcast. I'd like to thank you, Paul, for being on the show as always.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And Keithos, thank you for coming on once again and being our games correspondent for the Retro Rewind podcast.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me again, guys. It's always a ton of fun.
Yeah, totally. I would agree to that. I'd also agree to our listeners letting us know what you think of the show by either leaving us a comment on the post when it goes up. You can also go to iTunes. Probably the easiest way to get there is retrorewindpodcast.com/iTunes RRP. That's like a quick link to go right to our page in iTunes.
Oh,
so you don't have to
perfect.
do any searching or anything
Perfect.
like that. Again, that was our website /iTunes RRP. And leave us whatever honest review you have, but we prefer 5 stars and a review so that we could be more visible when people do searches in iTunes. You can also find us on Stitcher Radio or Miro, or you could just, whatever podcatcher you have, we have an RSS feed easily seen from the site. You can just subscribe to us via that.
Also, let us know if you guys like the video podcast or and how that is, because this is the first time we've done it. So.
Definitely. I'm sure we'll hear in YouTube comments whether people like it or not.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So hopefully they're not going to flame us a whole bunch, but I suppose if they do, they do.
Yeah. No bad press?
Yeah. Well, very optimistic. No bad press. All right. But thank you guys again. And thank you very much to all the listeners, or the listener, as we spoke about last time. Thank you all for listening. We really appreciate you and all the feedback you do give us. We appreciate you listening, and so glad that we get to share this show with you. With that, for me, for Keithos, and for Paul, we're going to make you...
A cake? What?
Would you guys like that? A cake?
Yeah, would you like a cake? I just made one for Keithos' birthday. Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
Is it your birthday?
It will be in, a week, I think.
Yeah, in a week.
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
But I was going to say, make like a Pokemon, and we'll catch you later.
Retro Rewind mission complete. Proceed to nav point Omega and return to base.
Wait, proceed to map pointer maker?
Is this the first time you're listening to the outro?
This is the time I'm actually really listening. What is she actually saying? I just take it for granted she's saying something.
Waypoint Alpha.
No.
Isn't it?
Waypoint Omega.
Oh.
Nav point Omega. Like the last nav point, essentially. Because Omega is the last letter in the Greek alphabet.
Point Omega. See, I'm not the only one that can't hear what she's saying.